फैंटास्टिक फोर देखी क्या? नहीं भाई, भाई उसमें वो पेड्रो बंदा था ना, मैंने उसकी रीलें देख ली भाई, जैसी वो हरकतें करता है कि जाता है कहीं पे भी, किसी को भी छू लेता है, कैसे भी पकड़ लेता है। और एक तो वो भी जो फैंटास्टिक फोर में ही है, वो भी उसके चेप हो रही है जबकि वो मैरिड है। भाई इट ब्लू माई माइंड, आई वाज लाइक कि भाई हाउ इज दिस पॉसिबल, हाउ इज दिस पॉसिबल, कोई कैसे कर सकता है कि मैंने कभी ऐसी कोई बीमारी नहीं देखी जिसमें छूना होता है। बोले उसको सोशल एंजाइटी है, वो एक्टर है, वो पब्लिक में ही रहता है, सोशल एंजाइटी हो गई उसको एकदम से है। मैंने जब उसका देखा, मैं एक तो ये पीडो वाली मूंछ है उसकी, और मैं उसको एक्चुअली अच्छा मानता था कि वो अच्छा एक्टर होगा भाई, बढ़िया एक्टर होगा। उसके बाद जब ये सारा सोशल एंजाइटी वाला हुआ ना, लाइक भाई आई डोंट बिलीव दिस। कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती हैं कि तुम्हारा ब्रेन रिफ्यूज करता है बिलीव करने से कि किसी को सोशल एंजाइटी है तो वो चेप हो रहा है।
There's something really weird going on with Pedro Pascal, because just in a couple of years he's now seemingly everywhere. In just the last month alone, he's been in 3 major movies: Materialists, Eddington, and The Fantastic Four. This is combined with The Last of Us Season 2, The Mandalorian, and the Grogu movie announcement, along with his upcoming Marvel commitments. It's like almost everywhere you turn, there's Pedro Pascal everywhere. He's constantly being adorned in the media. He's in every single major movie and TV show, and his omnipresence is almost overwhelming. So what's the formula to his success? Why is he suddenly everywhere? What's the reason for all of this? Well, he himself has actually said that in high stress situations, quote, there's a certain level of anxiety that helps me do good work. It helps me be aware of the things I need to be aware of. Anxiety is something I've lived with since I was a child, so it's part of my chemistry. I don't know what kind of person I'd be without it. It's something that I manage, but it's also part of what makes me, me. And you see, he always mentions that he has this struggle with constant anxiety, and that this anxiety leads him to being more successful and work even harder. But when the anxiety is...
तो इसकी जो एंजाइटी वाली दिक्कत है, उसके वजह से ये बेटर परफॉर्म करता है, बिकॉज इसे एंजाइटी है, ठीक है, ये हम ध्यान रखते हैं।
He copes with this with physical touch.
हाँ भाई, ये ऐसे छूता है।
But this whole facade of being this likable, relatable guy, whilst being one of the biggest Hollywood stars in the world right now, is leading to some public scrutiny online, as he appears to try and be this likable, relatable guy who struggles too, just like the common man, having anxiety and emotional issues. But when you actually look at his behavior, it seems like this is completely false, and he's using this whole identity to have public affairs in public,
हाँ, इसकी बात कर रहा था, ये ग्रीन गॉब्लिन था ना, ये पहले स्पाइडरमैन में, ये इसकी बीवी है शायद, देखना आप।
ruining his massive success in Hollywood. You see, if he was openly having affairs and sleeping with everyone in Hollywood, that wouldn't go very well with his wholesome, likable image. His family-friendly, inclusive image is essential to all of his Hollywood roles. And yet there seems to be this strange side of his personality that keeps creeping up. And so coincidentally, it seems like his PR team has spun up this word of anxiety to mask all of his strange behavior.
मैं बताता हूँ भाई, मेरे को ये चीज क्यों ऑफ लगती है। ये ना फैक्ट है, जितने भी सीरियल किलर्स होते हैं ना, वो सबसे ज्यादा चार्मिंग होते हैं। जितने भी पेडोफाइल्स होते हैं ना, वो सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग अंकल्स होते हैं। अब इस साइड पे जब ये इतना ज्यादा लाइकेबल है और उसके साथ ये सब चीजें कर रहा है भाई, ये बहुत सस लगता है भाई। ऐसे कोई नहीं करता, ऐसी कोई बीमारी नहीं है जिसमें ऐसा कुछ होता। आज तक हमने देखा है किसी को ऐसे करते हुए।
Hands, Kirby literally stroking his face, and
ब्रो, इस मैं बता रहा हूँ, ये औरत भी सही नहीं है, ये सही नहीं है भाई। There's something fucking wrong here, बहुत गड़बड़ है।
Just hugging all the time in public has made people wonder what's really going on behind the scenes, especially when Pedro put his hands over Vanessa, smiling as though they're in a relationship about to have a baby together, all while she's pregnant with her fiance. And it turned out that this wasn't even the only time his anxiety has led to some really questionable, creepy behavior. For example, take this resurfaced video of Pedro with William Dafoe.
Bro.
Here we go.
We can see William and Pedro are laughing together, seemingly like friends, with Pedro even slightly touching William for a split second, just before touching William's wife, and openly flirting with her right in front of William, trying to get physical and flirting with her while playing it off just like they're friends. And William's face tells you something into her ear. It's a really awkward moment as Sarah doesn't seem to be into this, but because the clip was so short, it's really hard to tell what was actually going on here. Dakota Johnson's also said that Pascal takes her clothes clothes and wears them.
क्या है ये आदमी भाई?
Dakota also revealed that Pedro suggested that she start an adult content subscription site, all to sell photos of her feed to the public, which was a really strange thing to say. People are starting to think that this might just be a case of a virtue signaling, sexually ambiguous guy, pretending to be this cool, likable, chill guy who doesn't follow societal norms, using this as a front to be a creep. And the more famous he gets, and the more Hollywood puts him in every
Bro, he scares me, भाई. क्या डरावना आदमी है
single film and promotes him in all the media that they own, the more that he can actually get away with all of this behavior. But people are starting to catch on that Pedro is using a disguise to screw other people's wives, all while never seemingly getting any controversy in the media for doing so, which is why the meme is spreading online that there's something wrong with him, but it just can't be proven.
When you know there's something weird about Pedro Pascal, but you can't prove it exactly, भाई. वो जो anxiety का पर्दा डाल दिया ना इसकी बकरी आगे, भाई साहब, insane. I've never seen a 50-year-old man act like this. I've never seen a human act like this.
Guys, the famous movie star that goes to parties and raves has anxiety, and that's why he must touch his female co-stars. He seems friendly and fun, but a little too friendly and fun. When you know there's something weird about Pedro Pascal, but you just can't prove it yet. Well, everyone knows all of this stuff. We can see it in plain view. These strange moments are racking up tens of millions of views, and yet somehow nobody in Hollywood or even the mainstream media calls him out on any of this. Why is he being so protected by the media and Hollywood?
अबे मीडिया की बात नहीं है भाई, ये जिन लड़कियों के चेप हो रहा है वो ही नहीं बोल रही कुछ. क्राइम तो तब होगा ना जब कोई विक्टिम होगा.
Getting placed in every single film that's coming out these days. Well, there's a lot more going on than you might think. You see, Pedro Pascal is just simply a brand. He's the new guy to seemingly
मेरे को बी बात नहीं, मैं रैंड.
He's the new guy to seemingly revive Hollywood. Not just because he's talented, but because he perfectly embodies Hollywood's favorite currency, virtue signaling. He'll mention every single talking point Hollywood studios love to virtue signal about. He plays into being a Latino, non-gendered, pro every stance that Hollywood demands you to be kind of guy, whilst also being anti anything that might not look perfect for his brand. And because he's so valuable to Hollywood, with barely any controversies, and seemingly ticking every single box that Hollywood looks for, he's now being pushed onto everyone, in an attempt to revive Hollywood movies that seem to bomb every single time. It's why he seems to get a golden pass on anything.
क्या क्रीप आदमी है भाई ये. इंडिया में कर दे कोई ऐसे, जो जूत पड़े उसके भाई, जो जूत पड़े भाई, सही में क्रेजी भाई, क्रेजी.